Hello everyone, and welcome to the Coded C++ tutorial on if statements. Let's start out by opening up Xcode and creating a new Xcode project. Make sure Command Line Tool is selected and click Next. We will call this program if statements. Make sure C++ is selected. You can go ahead and save that. And then open up main.cpp from the project navigator. We'll delete the starter code and type out our first two lines, which remember are hashtag include iostream and using namespace std semicolon. Now we have to add the int main function. Okay, so let's first, before we actually get into coding, talk about the different types of if statements. So I'm just going to use a line of dashes to separate everything. So first we have the normal if statement. In this if statement, we have a conditional. And this conditional is just like the conditionals we talked about in a previous video, and basically that's any statement that can evaluate to either true or false. And if the conditional in this if statement is true, then it will run the code that lies within these brackets. So runs if conditional is true. Now we can go ahead and copy and paste that. Now there's another type which is called an if-else. So then basically that means now this code runs if the conditional is true, and if not, then the else runs. So the else runs if the conditional is false. Next up, we have the if, which is the same, and then the else if. And the else if provides a second conditional. So conditional 1, and this would be conditional 2. So this basically means that if conditional 1 is true, then it will run this line of code and then will exit the entire if statement. So it will not even look at this conditional or any other else ifs that come after that. If conditional 1 is not true, then it will look at conditional 2. If conditional is true. If conditional 2 is true, then it will run that code and then go back to the code that lies after the if statement. However, if conditional 2 is false, then we get into the next type, which is called an if, else if, else. Basically, if conditional 1 is true, it will run conditional 1 and then jump to the code after. If it is not true, then it will check conditional 2. If conditional 2 is true, then it will run the code in the else if statement, and then after that it will not run anything else in the else or any other else ifs, because you can add as many else ifs as you would like. Anyways, so then after that else if, it will run the code afterwards. If conditional 2 is false, then it will run the else. And the else runs no matter what if every conditional before it is false. So if conditional 1 and conditional 2 are false. Okay, and just keep in mind that you can have as many else ifs in here as you want. Now, let's go ahead and make an application in order to demonstrate this. So, what are we thinking? Let's do an application like a cashier at a store. So, let's make a string called product, and let's say our product is headphones. And then the price, which will be a double because there's a decimal, will be $49.99. Now let's add two other variables for the user to input. So string item and double, let's say cash. Okay, so let's go ahead and say if actually, we need a cin first. So cout, what would you like to buy? And then we can cin to item, and that will save what the user wants to buy into the item variable. And then we can write our first if statement that says if product does not equal item. And in there we can simply cout this in quotes, or we do not have this item, we do not have, let's input their item in stock, and add in an end line. However, there's also the case that that their item is the product. So we could do an else if and say if product equals item, but because we use does not equal, there's only one other option. So that would be if product equals item. And if product doesn't not equal item, then it has to equal. So we can actually just do an if or an else statement, and that will capture every other option, which is that their item is the product. So if their item is the product, then we can give them a few options. Let's say cout how much cash do you have? And let's cin to cash. Then we can write an if statement and say if cash is less than item, we can, or is less than price, sorry. Then we can cout sorry, you need more money to buy this product. We have to finish that out. End line, semicolon. Now, there are two other options. It can either be if cash equals price or cash is greater than price, right? Because we already have cash is less than price here. So we could do else if cash is greater than or equal to price. But really, that conditional is the same thing as only having an else without this extra conditional, because this conditional captures everything that does not fall into this conditional, right? So let's actually go ahead and change that and say if cash exactly equals price, right? Then we can say cout perfect. Please proceed to the cash register. And then there is one other option, else. And that else encapsulates if cash is greater than price, which means they have extra cash remaining, and then maybe our little example store here would want to sell them on other deals and say, have you seen our other great deals? And maybe we wanted to say, check them out before you check out. Let's add in an end line, and then also another end line here. Let's just tab that up to keep it nice and neat. Okay, so let's save this and run through the program. We have a product called headphones that has the price of $49.99. We ask the user what item they would like to buy and save their item to item. Then, if the product does not equal item, we tell the user that we do not have their item in stock. Else, meaning their product is equal to, their item is equal to the product, we ask them how much money they have, and then we have a nice nested if statement, which means this if statement is inside this bigger if statement. And basically we give them three options. The first is an if statement, the second is an else if statement, which provides a second conditional, and the third is an else statement. Let's go ahead and run this to see it in action. Let's toggle the console. What would you like to buy? Let's say we want to buy chips. They do not have chips in stock. Okay, so let's go ahead and run that again. We just tested out the first if statement, and now we can test out if it's true. So headphones. Perfect, so we see that it ran the else statement because item did equal product, and it asked how much cash do we have. Let's go ahead and try out the first option. So let's say we have $30.19. Sorry, you need more money to buy this product. That's good. So we know the if statement works. Now let's test out the else if. What item would you like to buy? Headphones. How much cash do you have? Now, cash equals price, and it's a double that is $49.99. So we have to make sure to type in that exact number down to the decimal. And it says, perfect, please proceed to the cash register. Sorry. So we know the else if works, and lastly, let's test out the else. So we would like to buy headphones, and we have $49.9, so $499.83. And perfect. It says, have you seen our other great deals? Check them out before you check out. Amazing. So we have made our first nested if, else if, and else statement application mimicking a register at a headphone store, I guess. And as you can see, there are tons of applications for this, and you will use if statements in just about every code you create. So from here on out, this is definitely a vital skill, and I'll see you next time on the next CodeEd C++ tutorial.